We work mainly with bioactive classes. It's just classes which dissolve in the body environment and simultaneously just stimulate genes and so on to regenerate tissue, new tissue. We started in 1980s with the first works of bioactive classes, and bioactive classes have this special property that they are not chemically durable, but they dissolve in body environment then and then that way interact with tissue growth and so on.
The main goals of the program are to put together basic research, applied research, and thereafter put all to the clinical practice, when dentists and medical doctors actually can use these new materials in a clinical context. The needs for this kind of programs are coming from patients who are needing more natural-looking, biomechanically optimized constructions for replacing teeth and repairs of bone, for instance. And dentists, they want to have also more durable non-metallic alternatives for these traditional metals which are used for decades or hundreds of years.
Turku has a very compact academic campus. There are 2 universities and a university hospital. It's really fruitful for both academic people and people in industry and business to collaborate. And I would say that Turku Academic Campus is a main confluence of biomedical and biotechnological research.
We have so many excellent groups here, and then between these 2 universities, close collaboration. We are not too far from each other, and we know all the people here, so it's very good environment to do the research.
And we also emphasize to start new companies in the field. We have tens of them now in the Turku region in the field of biomaterials are very important, because by help of these companies we can actually by the end have these materials and new devices in a clinical use.
Biomaterials and, for instance, bioglass implants, they are easy to use, and the surgery is more straightforward because we can just fix the implant on the top of the skull. In the procedure itself, the patient is under general anesthesia, and we open the original wound and dissect the scalp from the external layer of meninges called dura mater. According to our own studies and studies published by other groups, it seems that cranioplasty augments neurological recovery and cognitive recovery as well, because it restores the original brain perfusion and electrophysiological activity, and maybe even brain metabolism, because it restores the original contour of skull, and basically it gives support to the brain.
I think that the first applications we tested when the first bioactive classes were developed were really these dental applications, but commercially the classes are very much utilized as bone filler materials, but there are all the time new areas coming in. Soft tissue engineering is one example, but wound healing and so on. There are long lists of potential applications, especially for bioactive classes.
Biomaterials are important because by these new materials we can combine different kind of properties, for instance, so-called bioactivity, antimicrobial properties, high strength, to put all these to same material composition, which means that our materials by the end are very complicated composites. They have specific features which are actually matching exactly the clinical requirement. It can be bone, and in bone application we need bioactivity, which means that bone is actually growing into the surface of the material. It can be nice looking appearance which is needed, for instance, in dental reconstructions. Teeth must be very nice looking.